On February 15, 2021, there was a particularly fiery exchange between Labor Senator Katie Gallagher and Liberal Senator Linda Reynolds that occurred in question time in the Senate. The questions that were fired off by Katie Gallagher referred to a deeply distressing media story that had appeared in the media that morning. That story was, for the first time, Brittany Higgins detailing allegations that she had been raped by Bruce Lerman in Senator Reynolds' office in Parliament House. Gallagher grilled Reynolds about her conduct when she first found out about the assault and asked her whether she exercised the appropriate duty of care when handling Higgins' claims. Now, that line of questioning has been dragged up again and forms part of the basis of a new defamation case brought by Reynolds against Higgins. Reynolds is suing Higgins in the WA Supreme Court over a series of social media posts which she claims defamed her. Reynolds says the social media posts falsely allege that she had harassed Higgins and mishandled her rape allegations by failing to provide her with any support. The Australian has obtained a copy of Linda Reynolds' statement of claim, in which she alleges Brittany Higgins, her now husband David Shiraz, embarked on a very intentional campaign to undermine the Liberal Party and Scott Morrison's leadership. She says Shiraz provided a dossier of information from Higgins, along with an advance copy of an interview Higgins conducted with the project, to Gallagher, and facilitated the provision of questions and answers between Ms. Higgins and Senator Gallagher. This information, Reynolds says, formed the basis of Gallagher's questions in the Senate. Gallagher: My question is for the Minister for Defence, Senator Reynolds. I refer to the deeply distressing story published today in which a former staff member of Minister Reynolds has made public her alleged rape in March 2019 by a then colleague in the Minister's parliamentary office, and the subsequent conduct of the Minister and the government. That conduct included the Minister and her then Chief of Staff meeting with her staff member in the same room the alleged rape occurred. Can the Minister assure the Senate that she and her office have exercised and will exercise an appropriate duty of care, including the provision of support for the victim of an alleged sexual assault in the Minister's office in March 2019? The defendant provided Senators Wong and Gallagher with the information forming the basis of those questions referred to above in circumstances where the defendant knew this information was false. Linda Reynolds spoke to The Australian exclusively last year about the effect this line of questioning had on her.
The attack by Labor on me in the Senate, their behaviour would be illegal in any other workplace in this country. I was accused of covering up a rape day after day after day after day. They were asking me questions that legally and ethically I knew I couldn't and I shouldn't answer. Ms. Higgins had said she was going to make a fresh complaint to the AFP, and that is where it should always have been. Her allegation of rape should never have been politicised and turned into a political weapon.
The statement of claim also makes reference to a 5-hour pre-interview recording between Higgins, Shiraz, presenter Lisa Wilkinson, and the project producer Angus Llewellyn. Reynolds argues this pre-interview contributes to her claims that Shiraz and Higgins were intent on taking down the Liberal government. The defamation trial between Reynolds and Higgins is set down for August 2. Many high-profile witnesses are expected to be called, including former Prime Minister Scott Morrison.